Yo, what's going on everyone? In today's video, I will be showing you the best way to be running the Cayo Perico heist in GTA 5 Online to earn yourself over $2.7 million in only a couple of hours and completely solo. You may be wondering, how are we going to be pulling off two Cayo Perico heists back to back without waiting that long cooldown timer? Well, that's the point of this video. We are going to be doing two separate Cayo Perico heists back to back without waiting any cooldown timer with my special trick. To get things started, you of course want to enter inside your Kosatka where we start the Cayo Perico heist, and then walk up to the heist planning board to of course pay the $100,000 for the setup cost. From here, you'll then want to start the Gather Intel mission, which is the first mission you always want to do for Cayo Perico that allows you to scope out the entire island to see what the secondary target and also the primary target loot is that we will be robbing. In this video, I won't be going over the entire Cayo Perico heist only because I just recently made a full guide on how to fully complete the Cayo Perico heist the best way possible as a solo player, including all of the setups. So if you would like to see that video, I'll leave it linked down below in the description, or you could click the video that you see on the top right corner of your screen right now. But the point of this video is not to show you how to complete the Cayo Perico heist the best way possible as a solo player. It is to show you how to complete two Cayo Perico heists back to back to make $2.7 million without waiting a cooldown timer. So I will be just showing you how much I get paid during the end of each heist. Anyway, before we get into that trick, I quickly want to go over the cooldown timers normally for the Cayo Perico heist, which, as you know, if you complete the Cayo Perico heist as a solo player, the cooldown timer before you can start another one is 2.5 hours. Yes, I know, 150 minutes, that is a really long time, but get this, if you were to complete the Cayo Perico heist with at least one other person, then the cooldown timer is only 48 minutes. So just with that little bit of information, I'm sure most of you now want to be completing the Cayo Perico heist with one other person, but the thing is, not all of us have another person to constantly be doing this heist with. That's why I will be showing you how to completely bypass this, but keep in mind, to even do this trick, you will need to invest a little bit of money. But once you pay the money, you will no longer have to pay it once again. It's only a one-time payment. Anyway, as you saw right there, I just completed a Cayo Perico heist and I got paid around 1.1 or $1.2 million, and I will be showing you how to start another one right away. So once you load out of Mini Madrazo's mansion like I did here, all you want to do is make sure you have all of your money in the bank accounts. From here, open up the pause menu, go over to where it says online, and then go to where it says manage characters. Once you chose where it says manage characters, you'll now want to choose your second character once you have the option, and if you don't have a second character, all you want to do is create one. Which, don't worry, if this is your first time creating a second character, as long as your first character is over level 120, then you can make your second character automatically over level 120 as well. Anyway, once you load into your second character fully as I did here, you'll see all of the money that was in the bank accounts transferred over to your second character. So from here, go on the internet and you'll see the Kosatka is currently locked if you haven't purchased it already. In this case, you would have to go over to the music logger to do the introduction cutscene with Mini Madrazo. After that cutscene, you'll then be able to purchase a Kosatka, which when it comes to buying one, it costs $2.2 million, and you actually don't need any other upgrades on the Kosatka. The only other one I would recommend owning is the Sparrow, which is an additional $1.8 million. It's not necessary, but definitely necessary in the future once you want to run the Cayo Perico heist as fast as possible. But that was why I said to you to put all of your money in your bank account. That way, once we log into the second character, we have enough money to actually purchase a Kosatka. But once you purchase the Kosatka, that is the only investment we ever need to make. It's only a one-time purchase. Now we are able to run the Cayo Perico heist back to back without waiting any cooldown timer as many times as we want to from here on out. Just make sure you of course don't delete your second character. Anyway, once you do own one, all you want to do is simply enter inside, then walk up to the heist planning board to start the Cayo Perico heist once again. The only downside is if this was your first time running the Cayo Perico heist on this second character like it was for me, then you will have to do the entire introduction for Cayo Perico this first time. But don't worry, you only have to do this one time as I said, and it's honestly not that bad. All we are doing is just taking a little bit extra time to take pictures of all of the advantage points and also all of the different areas around the Cayo Perico island. That being said, make sure you are taking your time when scoping out the entire island, making sure you take a picture of all infiltration points, including the drainage tunnel, because that is the main way we are going to be entering inside the compound. Well, at least if you like completing the Cayo Perico heist super fast, then I would definitely recommend scoping out the drainage tunnel for sure. So that's why I said the longest part about setting up the Cayo Perico heist during the second character will be during the gather intel mission. But it's only a one-time thing, and all of the setups are going to be just as easy as before, including the finale. The only downside is every time you complete the Cayo Perico heist for your first time on a new character, you'll get the same primary target every time, which is going to be the Madrazo files, which is worth $1.1 million, not too bad for a primary target, but you'll only get this once, as I said, guaranteed. Which I'm not complaining since that primary target is worth a pretty good amount of money, and also we didn't pay any money for that heist setup cost. Anyway though, while we are setting up this Cayo Perico heist on our second character, on the first character, the Cayo Perico heist cooldown timer is slowly going down. Which, as I said, if you completed that finale last time on the first character with one other person, then we will only have to wait 48 minutes after we completed that heist to start it again. But if we completed it solo, which is how I did it, then you'll have to wait 2.5 hours instead before you can start another one. So if you did it with another person, after you complete the second heist, you'll most likely be able to start another one right away on the first character once we log in. But if you did it solo, once we log into our first character again after completing the second one, we won't be able to start it again right away. Cutting straight to it though, here's how much money I got paid during the end of my heist. As I said, my primary target was worth $1.1 million, and in total, I walked away with $1.6 million almost. Which I know is a lot of money, and just from completing those two Cayo Perico heists, I earned around $2.7 or $2.8 million already. And you guessed it, if you want to do the Cayo Perico heist once again, all you'd want to do from here is simply go back to where it says manage characters and log back into your first character with the Kosatka that you already owned originally. Then, as I said, if you completed that first one as a solo player, you'll most likely still have some time to wait, but if you completed it with another player, once you log back into your first character, you'll see you can start another Cayo Perico heist once again right away. So yeah, this is the best way possible to be completing the Cayo Perico heist in GTA 5 Online as a solo player, doing them back to back without waiting any cooldown timers. It is an investment you need to make by, of course, purchasing that Kosatka on a second character, but once you do it, it is literally so simple from there on out. And you could literally do this back to back without waiting any cooldown timer as many times as you want to if you do it each time with one other person during the finale. Anyway though, that is now going to be the end of today's video. You now know the best way to be completing the Cayo Perico heist in GTA 5 Online as a solo player. So if you went on to enjoy my video and you still haven't already, please do me a favor by going down below and dropping a like on it before you click off. And of course, if you aren't, make sure you also hit that subscribe button, that way you never miss out on a future video from me just like this one. But until next time, I will see you all in my very next video. Peace.